February 12, Sussex and Rideau. We never see this before in Canada. I am in Canada 22 years. I never see people like that in Canada. This is the RCMP, the OPP and police. See, these people, they go by fuel and they help people. That's good. This is the office for the crime minister in this building. Many different province and territory, they come to Ottawa.
Thank you very much for the email from speaking to. I want to extend my deep gratitude to the freedom truckers, to all of the protesters, to the other scientists and doctors, and everyone who's been helping to support this movement to reclaim my country and to reclaim the world from the criminal enterprise who have been running this pandemic and causing severe harm to all of us around the world. COVID-19 is not just a virus. The virus is a tool used to generate fear and to justify a state of emergency, which has been used to suppress human rights around the world. The World Health Organization, an organization which by no means should we trust nor finance, changed their definition of the word pandemic more than a decade ago. And they changed it by removing the requirement that for an infection to be causing a pandemic, there would have to be a lot of death. It used to require orders of magnitude more death than a seasonal influenza. However, they removed that definition and in essence gave themselves the ability to declare a pandemic whenever they wanted. So, even with SARS-CoV-2 or COVID-19, they declared a state of pandemic, which meant they declared a state of emergency. And then that was rolled down through their operatives and minions around the world, including Justin Trudeau and Christy Freeland, to impose all the COVID measures under which we've been suffering for 2 years. They partly propped this up with some fake science by a discredited scientist named Ferguson, who claimed millions of us were going to die from SARS-CoV-2, which was not the case. If you look at 2020 and you compare it to previous years, more people were not dying in the world. It was kind of a typical year in terms of death rates around the world. That makes no sense. If indeed there was a new cause, this scary COVID-19 virus, and if it was killing lots of people, then more people would be dying. We hadn't cured everything else that normally caused death. But that wasn't happening. To further the fear, they had their PCR test, which was an extremely high profit measure, quite perverse really when we were giving out plastic straws and meanwhile they were having us fill our garbage dumps and our oceans with masks and plastic PCR tests. But the PCR test, which was diagnosing completely healthy people as being sick with SARS and having to close their businesses and lock themselves in their home, it was a sham. We now know that 97% of the positive tests were false. So using these and other measures, they kept the public in a constant state of fear and compliance. We had a disease with a 0.3% mortality. We early on discovered treatment protocols that work. We have great treatment protocols that are very safe and very affordable. With those treatment protocols, you can reduce the death rate